Hi everyone, I am Vishal Kumar Ram, mechanical graduate from the very first batch of IIT Bhilai in 2020. I am currently working as executive trainee at NMDC Limited, which is National Mineral Development Corporation, which is a public sector enterprise under the Ministry of Steel, Government of India. On professional front, I have observed one thing, that you need to be very responsible compared to what we used to be in our college days, because it is very obvious also, because here once you enter in the job you will be given some kind of authority to make decisions, to execute your work. So if you have been given some kind of authority, then naturally responsibility will also come with that also. So that's why I felt that difference, that we need to be more responsible here. On social front, I have not experienced much of a difference, because here also I am staying in the hostels, as we used to stay there in the college, and having fun with friends, playing badminton in the night, like I used to do in the college also. I used to go to play badminton and volleyball in the night, and having fun with friends, going into their rooms, making fun of them, pulling their legs. So that is also continuing here. But one thing is there, that number of people have reduced obviously, because this is not a college where so many people will be there. So obviously that is the thing. But otherwise, other than that, everything is almost same. But I also know that in the long run it will not be there. After the completion of our training period, we will be getting quarters, and we will be not living there like we are living here in the hostel. After the end of second year in the college, I observed many people started to do coding and those kind of stuffs, and I came to know that people have started to prepare for placements, which will be coming after one and a half years after that. So obviously when like college was starting to gain some momentum, like everyone was thinking of their future and like that, so I also started to explore like what I can do with my future. So at that time only when I started to explore, but I knew that I had no interest in these CS and software kind of things. So I started to explore opportunities which are present in my field, that is mechanical engineering. So at that time only I got to know about this GATE and ESC kind of thing. So after exploring all the opportunities, I decided to go for this government exams. As I mentioned earlier, that I started to prepare for these competitive exams from the third year starting itself. So what I used to do, that during the vacations, I used to study those subjects which were about to come in the next semesters, so that I will not lose track of my college subjects also, and at the same time my preparations will also go along. So what I used to do, that I studied from NPTEL videos during the vacation, and after coming to the college, when the professors in the class used to teach the same subjects, so that used to be my revision part, like because I have already studied that thing in the vacation, so now it is only a revision for me. And after revision, so when the college exam used to come, so at that point of time also we have to revise. So in that process only you can see that I was able to get 3 times of revision. But one thing was there, that after completion of BTech, only like by this method only, I almost completed all the subject, but I lacked practice of those type of questions which used to come in GATE. So subsequently, after completion of the BTech, I did clear, practiced those sort of questions which I did not practice during the college time, and then successfully cleared the GATE examination with AIR 134 in mechanical. I am of the viewpoint that all the things are not of equal or high priority. Like it depends upon person to person. Something may be high priority for me but may not be for you. So it will depend upon person to person, but one thing is there for sure, that you will have to prioritize whatever priority is yours, whatever field you want to choose. Priorities might be changing, but you'll have to prioritize. So for me at that point of time, study was the topmost priority, and after that enjoyment with my friends. So what I used to do, study in the day, and after studying, whenever like I used to feel bored or like tired, so I used to go and have fun with my friends. Like I also said earlier also that we used to play badminton and volleyball in the night and have enjoyment. So that is the thing. And like you were asking about position responsibility and all other extracurricular activities also. So those things are also very important. I'm not saying that those are not important, but it will again depend. Like I was very clear that the field which I am going to choose, they will not ask and require those kind of skills from me. They will mainly asking about the technical skills, and they will be requiring those things only. So I focused on my technical skills only. But maybe if you are thinking of going to take admission in MBA course in some IIM or some other college, so you might be needing that. So in that regard, I just want to have advice to you guys that according to your field of choice, just check what are the things that is required in your line and go accordingly. Indeed, those 4 years were best. I still remember one incident from second semester, and at that time we were being taught solid mechanics, and our faculty used to come from IIT Hyderabad to teach us just for 2 days and then fly back to IIT Hyderabad. So it was very hectic schedule for them, like for coming for 2 days and staying there, teaching us and then going back. So we also understood their difficulty, that how much difficulty they are facing. So on that thing only, it was his birthday, and during one of those days, so we bought a cake for our solid mechanics faculty, and we made an image of a cantilever beam having some uneven load on that, and that cantilever beam was depicting of the faculty which is taking our load, like we were uneven people, like some people were giving him more stress, some are less stress. So that kind of thing was there. Mechanical people will more appreciate this thing. So when we explained this thing to our faculty, he got very happy that we are applying his concepts, what he is teaching, and also he got very emotional about that. So yeah, that was the memory which stuck with me, and I still cherish about that moment. Another memory of our college campus, which still gets refreshed every year, is of Holi. Like during our first Holi, we were at the campus and we started to play this Kapra Far Holi. So since we were the very first batch, so whatever we started, we knew that it will be a tradition going forward. So we started that thing, and even after coming out of the college, when I see the posts of these present students posting them, like those pics of Holi's and having these torn clothes, so we remember that this is the thing that we started and this thing is still going on. So automatically a smile comes on our face that चलो कुछ तो है at least जो अभी भी चल रहा है. Obviously, college played a major role. The subjects which I studied during the college, I am using now parts of it, although in a modified way, but the basic always remains same. So whatever I studied during the college is still helping me. And one very important thing of the college is that it is the place where for the very first time we meet people from different states and people speaking different languages. So this is the very first place where we learn how to work with them, how to deal with them, and that now helps me immensely because the organization in which now I am working is an all India based organization. So people are here from different states, different zones. So now it is very easy for me to deal with all of them, because these things which I have learned during my college days, so now they are helping me in a great way. I just studied basic C programming because that was necessary to pass the college exams. Other than that, I did not study or learn any programming skills. But for juniors, I would definitely suggest them to go for some coding skills, especially if possible. Then go for this AI, artificial intelligence, and keep your opportunities open, because you never know that where your destiny may take you. For selection in most of the PSUs, 85% weightage is given to your GATE score and 15% weightage is given to interview and GD. So in 15% also it is like 10% will be given to interview and 5% will be given to GD and GT sometimes. GD is group discussion and GT is group task. So for 85% weightage, you already know that you have to work hard and you have to practice more so that you score well in that section, in that paper, so that this 85% weightage will be higher for you. So it is just that you have to increase your subject knowledge and practice more questions to get higher marks in that. It is no rocket science. In this 15% where the interview and GD, GT will be there. So for interview, I will give 2 tips to you people. The first thing is that you do not need to be some other person in your interview. You need to be your real self, because whenever you try to imbibe some other in your personality, they judge you. They will just catch you. They are very experienced person. They will know that you are trying to lie to them. You are not showing your real personality to them. So that will do nothing but harm to your interview marks only. And the other thing is that please try to give real or practical solutions whenever some suggestion or some in some kind of question, if they ask you some solution, then try to present real or practical solution. Do not go for just for theoretical, because they are this is the real world and they are doing real things. So they want that kind of people who will actually solve their problem. So you just need to think in a way that which are the things that can be done practically. So focus on those kind of aspects of your preparation. So again, CGPA is something that will matter at some places but not everywhere. So what my suggestion would be that to maintain a decent CGPA, like that will be just try to maintain above 8, and that will suffice you everywhere. Because if you want to prepare for, let's say, UPSC, then you don't have need to have a very high CGPA, because they just have their own method of taking you, examining you, and then the CGPA doesn't matter to them. But at the same time, if you want to take admission in an MBA course, that they definitely want people having high grades. So there you need high grades. So in that scenario, I can only suggest you people that you people choose your goals and then accordingly try to maintain your CGPA. That will be a better suggestion. During college, try to learn some new skills also, maybe in coding, because it may happen that you might not like the PSU work or their work culture, maybe their job location. So in that case, you might switch. Secondly, in the GATE paper only, the level of questions are slightly increasing, which I have felt in the recent years. So I would suggest you people to prepare for the tough questions also, and that kind of trend. Maybe I would have practiced more GATE type of problems during the college itself, which I eventually did in the subsequent year after passing from the college.